Greetings, demons, and welcome to a quick look at the brand new Supernova Academy quest pack. This is the newest V-Buck quest pack that we have gotten, and is weirdly based around the theme of last season with Supernova Academy, which is a little bit odd. You know, we're in a completely different season with completely different theming, but I'm not necessarily complaining. I think the pack generally looks pretty good, but it of course includes 1,000 V-Bucks with the Supernova Academy quest bundle, complete applicable quests to earn. I will, of course, show what those quests are. I think they're going to be dailies. The Afterburn outfit with Leo style, of course, which looks very cool here. The Supernova Jets back bling, and the Afterburn Guards pickaxe, all available for £6.99 or your local equivalent, which for 1,000 V-Bucks and an outfit is very, very good value there. But yeah, let's go ahead and buy it, check it all out in the locker, and see exactly what this bundle has.
Not the leader of a cult, RabbitWithAxe.
So first off, we have 1,000 V-Bucks and the Afterburn quests. I see, I got things backwards actually. So it actually is a case of you're unlocking items, I suppose, with the Afterburn quest pack. That is something we haven't seen in a while, actually. But yeah, 1,000 V-Bucks straight off the bat. That's actually surprising to me. I thought it was the other way around, especially because they're using the V-Buck quest book icon thing. Kind of weird, but not complaining. 1,000 V-Bucks straight off the bat. Cannot be upset about that. And after a quick restart, the Afterburn quests are now in my quest menu, so you may have to restart or play a match. It could work either way, but in any case, we now have the Afterburn quest pack here. And as you can see, you have to complete global daily bonus goals times 14. So that is, of course, if we go over to daily, this top section here. So I can't even do it for the next 5 hours and 49 minutes. But yeah, if you complete 3 daily quests in any mode, you complete a daily bonus goal. And yeah, if you hit 5, you get the back bling. If you hit 8, you get the pickaxe. And if you hit 14, you get the outfit. And can we actually check out in detail these items? I don't think we can. That is really annoying and unfortunate. So I guess we skip until 5 days from now when I'm actually able to have completed the 14 quests. So see you in a minute. So here we have stage 1 complete with the Supernova Jets back bling. Very nice. Obviously I'll cover it in more detail when we have the complete set together. But yeah, as a starting item. Oh, the focus goes out a little bit there, but it looks pretty good. A little bit unique. It's not overly so, but definitely something cool to add to the collection. And there we go with the second unlock, the pickaxe Afterburn Guards. Looks pretty interesting. We'll, of course, have a look at this in just a moment. But, yeah, honestly, I think this might be my favorite part of the entire pack. And here we go, the final part of the puzzle, the Afterburn outfit, which looks pretty cool, I will say. Lego style, of course, and we will check both of these out and the context of the pickaxe and back bling in just a moment in the locker. Okay, so starting off, as we always do, with kicks compatibility. Obviously, I have the big red boots on right now, and yeah, they look alright. Something more people will have, the black toe reimagined. Once again, look perfectly fine, nothing too special. Something themed to this season, the OXR combat boots, and yeah, once again, they work pretty well. You can see that it does use the black socks, and we can see that a little bit better if we use the Crocs Classic. Yeah, you can see the black socks in use there, not too bad. Doesn't stand out too much, but I understand some people, including myself sometimes, do have a problem with how that is done. But just to show with one final Fortnite original, the fluffy buns, and yeah, overall, it works. It looks alright. I would definitely say go with either a high top or something like the big red boots. That's something that covers more of the, you know, ankle area. But if you do just want to run anything else, everything kind of looks alright. And, you know, you're not going to have any shoes that really match the overall aesthetic. But that's not too bad. But yeah, in any case, for the rest of the video, kicks will be off. So, the Afterburn skin himself. He is very cool looking, honestly. I really do like it. It is simple, you know, the actual suit is very simplistic, especially compared to some of the suits we did see for, you know, the Battle Pass last season. But, yeah, overall, I quite like it. It is, once again, a Supernova Academy jumpsuit. And, yeah, the flame effect is interesting, because it is very similar to the one for Johnny. In fact, I'd almost say it's the exact same animation, which is interesting enough in itself. It's a little bit less on the face, I will say. But it is interesting that, you know, only just after getting Johnny Storm, we already have a character that utilizes essentially the same visual effect. Nothing wrong with that though, and I do quite like it, and I have been running Johnny recently, so pretty cool overall. No edit styles unfortunately, so you can't like turn off the flame or anything, but it could be a lot worse, and he is reactive presumably to taking damage or to healing, one or the other, probably gaining a little bit of extra flame at various points. But yeah, very, very cool there with the Afterburn outfit in Fortnite style. Moving over to the Lego style, and once again, it looks very cool. I do like the flames on the arms. It reminds me of, I think it's a Cole figure from, probably a decade ago at this point from Ninjago that had a very similar effect on some transparent grey arms. But yeah, very cool effect in my opinion. Do really like that one. The hair is interesting. I'm not sure if that's a real Lego piece. Obviously not in this color, I don't think, even if it does exist. But yeah, very interesting. The weird, like, glow effect almost on it. Very unique. And, yeah, otherwise the design is pretty simple. I like the use of the, what is it actually called? This specific shade of orange, I quite like the use of it. It is weird that it doesn't match with, well, I guess would be the printed elements, but overall, looks pretty good. You have a nice image of the Supernova Academy logo, and yeah, in general, I quite like the Lego style. But moving over to the backbling, we have the Supernova jets, and as I said before, this reminds me of a lot of different backblings. In fact, a recent one that I have here, the FNCS Fighter. So FNCS backblings in general kind of look similar to this, which, say what you will, it's not the most interesting of designs, but it definitely works for this outfit. It does have that weird thing of floating, a decent distance off the back of the skin, which is kind of unfortunate, but, it's to be expected with a lot of backblings now. I like the little jets on it, really does match the overall flame effect, same with the little flame exhaust at the top, and even having a little bit of animation to the Supernova Academy logo really works. The orange does almost look to be a lighter metallic orange than is on the outfit, which is kind of odd, but not really a huge issue. You're not really going to notice it when you're playing the game too often. But yeah, overall matches the general aesthetic, and I do think it looks pretty nice, even if it is a little bit both generic and oddly specific. It's not going to go with too many combos, but it is something we have seen plenty of times before, this sort of design. But yeah, not bad. Supernova jets, not a bad backbling. And finally, for this pack, we have the Afterburn Guards pickaxe, which are very interesting. We have seen stuff similar to this, but I quite like having the whole, like, I don't even know, gauntlets, I suppose? Not full fists, but just, like, covering the, lower arm is really cool to me. I think it's a really nice effect. Once again, you got the little exhaust parts on it to match the rest of the outfit, and just having a look what it looks like being worn. It does match the general aesthetic. It is a little bit weird having, the majority of it be this silver compared to the black and orange. There is obviously plenty of silver on the outfit, but yeah, it's a little bit more silver than I would necessarily think makes sense. And I think maybe this bit here, the actual, like, handle section, should have been black, matching with, these bits here. In fact, this is, like, almost blue when compared to the rest of the outfit. I guess it matches with the chest plate. Very interesting color scheme, it has to be said. The weird purplish blue, the grey, the silver, the orange. There's a lot of contrasting colors here that I don't necessarily think we've seen before. We've definitely seen similar color schemes, but I don't think we've ever seen this specific combination, and it does really stand out. But yeah, as for the swing animation, if it lets me, there we go. It is the smash animation, the same one that we see for the Hulk Buster and Hulk gauntlet things. I don't even know what they're actually called, but the sound effect is interesting. It has almost like a flame sound, but it's also like just a generic, like almost like metal chain sound to it. It even has a little bit of jingle to it. Very interesting, and obviously the animation having the fire effect on the hit is very, very cool. You can also see like a trail of flame following them, which is very, very nice. But yeah, one more swing just from a sideways perspective, if it'll let me. I need to be careful not to click anything else. Why is it not? I hate that they changed how the locker works. It's been so long since they did it, but it still annoys me. But yeah, very, very cool. And as I say, it does very much match with the rest of the general aesthetic. But yeah, that is everything for this pack. So with that being said, that is the Supernova Academy quest pack. It is very, very cool. I will be honest, like, ironically, I suppose. It isn't exactly an outfit that I see myself using too much, but in general, the aesthetics are really cool. I've actually been using both the pickaxe and backbling alongside Johnny Storm with his Flame On mode, which is why it was in my head that he looked similar. And yeah, in general, I could definitely see this going with a lot of different combinations. Anything from like the Megalodon set would go well with this as well, I feel. Just that sort of industrialized flame, like orange color scheme would really work. And yeah, I do really like this pack. But with that being said, that is going to be it for this review, this quick look, whatever you want to call it. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you make sure to like it, subscribe if you're new, and turn on the bell so you never miss an upload. Otherwise, a couple of your thoughts and feelings on the on this newest quest pack, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Look at the screen, you'll be fine. Culture's a disease, but we'll survive. I just wanna take